You know, I've worked on different novels from different standpoints on plot. I have actually occasionally started a novel with no plot in mind and just discovered the plot on the page. I used to do that a lot when I was a young writer. I would tunnel into the book and discover the plot. And now with the computer, it's easier to do that than ever because you can go back and revise so easily on a computer. And you can bring everything up to date as you make discoveries. But what I generally do is open a file on the computer and just chat with myself about the plot. I do that now. I find it much better to do that than just tunnel into the book. I start talking, maybe this will happen, maybe that will happen. I make a new file about a character. What if this character did this? What if he did that? What if this happens? And I find I get very excited when taking these notes and working out the possibilities of what's going to happen. I can build up many of these documents that are discussions of what characters will do, what will happen, whether there'll be a murder, who will be guilty, whether I'll have a first-person narrator telling the story, whether I'll alternate, blah, 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 all of that. But then when I begin the novel, I almost never look at those files, those documents. They live in my mind, and they were the road to the plot. And then when I start to write, the surprises come. When I get into the dialogue, when I get into the scenes, and I love those surprises, and I go with those surprises. But that's how, plot for me grows. It grows very rapidly. I think in plot, and I respond to plot, whether it's a TV commercial or a BBC miniseries or a novel I'm reading or a poem, really. I respond to plot. And it's natural for me to make plot. But this varies a lot with writers. Some writers, atmosphere and mood are much more important than plot. The exploration of a character is more important. I think you have to find what's natural to you and you have to do it. I kind of love plot. I love intricate plots and surprises and suspense. So all those methods work for me. Chipping away in those notes is very helpful. If I'm stalled in the novel, I may open a document and just start chatting about what I'd like to see happen, or what the problems are with what I've done. And I just talk to myself about it. And I discover a lot that way. The worst thing to do is to go off and think. I don't get anywhere with that. I have to come back and start moving my fingers on the keyboard.